don't wanna know what I'm doing. Don't you check up. Don't you check up. Don't you
Best
check
Life podcast has no filter, and any topics discussed do not necessarily reflect the views of the Best Life podcast.
I'm living my best life. Don't you check up. Don't you check up. Don't you check up. 'Cause I'm living my best life.
This is the Best Life podcast, and I'm your host, Simo, and my special guest is
I'm Hastina Robinson.
Hastina Robinson, y'all. She's running for Senate seat District 33,
Yes, that's correct.
Tennessee. When's the election?
November the 8th, and I'm excited.
Wow, okay. And she's representing the independent party, y'all. She's not a Republican, not a Democrat, it's a whole bunch of them. I ain't gonna go through all the list, but she's independent, y'all. That's what's up. We got a lot of things to discuss.
Yes.
So we're going to get straight into it. One of the first things we're going to discuss is this. Recently in Memphis, there was an active shooter. And I'm not going to say this individual's name because he's gotten enough news coverage and he's not getting that on my show. But anyway, this individual was shooting random people. He's basically playing Grand Theft Auto. Carjacking people, killing them, running from the police, and I'm glad they caught him so he couldn't hurt anybody else. So what's your take on it, Hastina?
Well, my take on it is that I feel like it's another example of the mental health facilities failing the community. And just in my opinion, I feel like somebody dropped the ball somewhere in his childhood because he was very young. I believe he was like 19. Yeah. He wasn't 21. And also having access to a firearm, another good example, well, a bad example. And he should have stayed in jail when he got caught with the last crime. Yeah. And I don't want to say his name either, but we all already know.
Yeah, that's devastating to see the news. And I was going to go out and work that night. And my sister called me, and I decided not to go out. I checked it out what was going on, but they said he was on some type of drug. Regardless, say no to drugs. He was on some type of pills or whatever.
I don't believe that.
And I've heard that when he got sobered up, when they showed him and told him what he did, he didn't remember it, but he been crying ever since because he didn't hung himself. So you see how he was foaming at the mouth and all that? Yeah.
If anything, it might have been maybe an Adderall and a Corona or something mixed together, but I don't know what drug that would make somebody do something like that.
Some type of synthetic drug.
Yeah, it could be true.
It was bad, but I don't know. I wasn't there, but right. That's just what I heard too. So
yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and recently. There was the governor visited Memphis. Do you know the reason for that?
Well, supposedly he was coming here for support. That's what I heard. But I watched his news coverage and he still didn't come into Memphis. Coming to Memphis to me is walking in the hood, talking to the people, going to 201, trying to find out what the problem is. I watched it, but I just don't understand the purpose. I still feel like we're unprotected. And he said something about putting more money into hiring more police officers, but that's not the problem. It's the judges, the jury. It's those people. It's not the police. The police, they do their job. But when they arrest people, when they go to 201, and they're right back out before they can even finish the police report. That's what I'm saying. So I feel it's going to be money wasted. Hiring more police officers.
Wow, that's deep. I don't know much about that to speak on it, but I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, I think he's a good governor and everything, but he needs to come here and let us see him, talk to him, And he could have held his news conference in North Memphis, South, anywhere.
Okay. All right. What's this here about a potential Memphis curfew? And what do you think that'll do for the city?
The curfew is necessary, just like we had a curfew for COVID and the crime rate went down. It's the same energy, in my opinion.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
You know what I wanted to say was something I didn't elaborate on from the last podcast. It was about changing the gun laws. I never said the age limit. I wanted the age limit to be 25, and I wanted a psychological background done.
Yeah.
I think I had left a comment on my Facebook or whatever, but I just wanted to make sure I addressed it because I got feedback that I didn't go into detail. So that's why I wanted to do it now.
So age 25 and a thorough psychological background investigation.
Yes, because it's not right. There's never a reason for violence. And like I said, I know that I had made some mistakes, but just to get mad and go run to get a gun over a dispute or because you're in your feelings, that's not right.
Yeah.
That's why I want us to have more mentors.
Yeah, that happened recently. I think it was last week. There was a guy in traffic that blew his horn at a guy, and they got it on camera where the guy in the front got out, aimed his gun, and shot it at the ground. So now you got a felony, aggravated assault with a firearm, and now you're not going to have the right to carry a firearm. And you're about, lose your job, and you're going to jail, and parents will still fines. But
right,
it don't add up, y'all. I mean, when it comes to using a firearm, it's for protection.
Protection,
not for intimidation or scaring somebody or because you're mad and upset. No, because if the other man would have pulled out his firearm and shot the guy and killed him, it's justified. Mm-hmm. So because he could control his anger to pull a firearm, he could have lost his life. So people, guns are for protection.
Yes, not anger.
Yeah.
My neighbor came to my house with a firearm over a parking space. So it's like if I would have retaliated, then it would have been ugly. So I just let him have his moment and just left it alone. But people are pulling out firearms because they're not in control of their feelings.
Mm.
Their
life isn't in
very
danger.
Sad.
They're just mad.
Mm-hmm. And I refuse to go to jail over a parking space.
Yeah, I feel you.
So, but from the last time we have met, I did meet Linda Lamar.
Okay.
And I respect her. She's very nice. My other person, I don't even know where he's at. I don't hear much about him. Frederick, somebody. I'm sorry.
You know his full name.
I don't know his full name. I never even did the research on him.
But he's a Republican?
He's a Republican. I don't know what his views are or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
So every time somebody asks me about the campaign, I just go straight to London. I'm like, I'm running against London Lamar.
Repeat offenders. You feel very strong about no plea deals with them, right?
Oh, yes. If you're a career criminal I don't know what your crime of choice could be. This is just a blanket statement. I feel like there should only be a certain amount of times you can have a plea deal. It shouldn't be every time you get in trouble, you're going to beat this case, you're going to beat that case. I mean, it's like they're not taking the system serious. So that's why I feel like maybe every 5 years you choose to get in trouble, you might be able to get a small plea deal. But other than that, no. Because the lawyers are making a killing. We're the ones that's suffering because they're letting them back out into society. And rehabilitation, it's hard, but it's possible. And I don't know who would want to just be in jail and be told what to do and eat nasty food, and you're losing your family, you're losing your job, you ain't wearing clothes. I mean, Then if you have kids, your kids are going to follow you. I mean, you're setting a bad example.
Yeah, you gotta lead by example.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and speaking of that, city leaders, they need to lead by example. You know, some of them do, some of them don't. I mean, there's good and bad in any and everything, possible in the world.
But out of the whole year, I just feel like they could take at least maybe 2 to 3 weeks to go to different areas of the state. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
just
Being
go to the schools.
yeah, being in a political position, I guess it's important to know who you're representing. And, just some might sit in the office and call that represent.
Drinking Starbucks coffee and texting? No. that ain't being a leader. They
Yeah.
need to come out here with me. Go to the dollar store, go to supermarkets. I mean, be regular.
Yeah, be
I mean,
regular.
they're
some
kind of
ground, some
snobby.
ground research.
Yes, ground research. Yes,
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So
Okay. So anything else you want to touch upon?
yes, if I am elected, the first thing I want to do is form a street team and clean up all the trash and stuff that I see. I was told senators don't do that, but doesn't matter. That's what I want to do. And the second thing is really go hard about these guns because it's ridiculous. It is.
Yes, it is.
And our kids are dying, small kids,
And,
getting hurt.
and the terrible part about that is the gun control laws that lawmakers can touch on can actually touch.
Mm-hmm.
Those gun laws don't affect the streets. They affect the law-abiding citizens like myself who have, firearms. So
Right.
when they make these laws, it's kind of scary to me personally because it affects me, but it don't affect the criminals, the felons that are gonna have guns regardless. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
man, I know there's good and bad and everything. So, like you said about the age limit needs to be raised. So, that'll help some. Dealing with because when you're young, your mind ain't fully, there yet. So, with a little growth and knowledge and understanding of a firearm, and you have the proper training, then 25. Yeah, that's a great age.
But the kids are, well, yeah, they're kids to me. They're getting it from adults. If the adults won't give it to them, I mean, they won't have them because they're not walking into the store. I'm focusing on like 18 and under. Those are the ones I was.
Yeah, it's really not that
about.
cut and dry because when I was young, I knew a lot of guys before we were 18 had guns and they didn't go and buy them and they didn't get them from adults. A lot of these guns are stolen. They break into people's houses, steal
right.
a gun store. They scratch the serial number off. You don't know where that gun has been, but I can't see that stop.
It's not going to stop it. And I know with me trying to do what I'm doing, I'm not going to stop it completely, but I believe that I could ease the pain in Memphis, if I'm elected.
That's great.
The guns, there needs to be more penalties. Like I said, no plea deals. Because that's the problem. Because when I was in the system, all I got was a slap on the hand for everything I did. And it took the last time for the judge to threaten to send me to the penitentiary. Then I said, all right, I need to do something different. And then that's when I start doing a reality check.
Okay.
And I start studying a psychologist named William Glasser. He deals with behaviors. It's more or less like think before you react. I can't really recite it, but it's good.
Man, sounds good.
Yeah.
There's a program that I've heard. I'm not sure if they've done it. They've done it in Memphis, but I read an article in Los Angeles where they had a program where no questions are asked. If you turn in a gun, no matter where it's been or where whatever, that they gave you money for it.
Well, I think we had that here
Yeah.
a couple years ago. But I mean, Memphis is mad and angry, and I don't understand why. That's why I think the leaders need to call, text, whatever they do amongst each other, and get to 201 and some of these drug programs. I don't know about all the halfway houses. I don't know where they're located, but they need to actually, to me, talk to the offenders because they're talking to the public. I mean, we know what to do. Well, most of us know what to do, not all of us, but why don't you just go to the source?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they'll get some results. It won't solve the whole problem, but just, I would be happy if a governor or a mayor came to talk to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but most of the offenders think that they don't care. So when they're not cared about, they just, they're taking it out on society.
It's
And we're
deep, but I mean, it's a fact. So
Yep.
it's the world we live in, and we got to all fight hard, and we need more thinkers in political positions such as Hastina, so we can start to make
critical
a
thinker.
lot of new changes.
It's hard being humble because there's times that I backtrack and have negative thoughts, but the reality of it is, I mean, I have to listen to the law, obey the law, and just get myself together. I mean, because this is Memphis. Somebody's always trying you, and I had to. I've learned to walk away, like I told you before. I meant to bring you a shirt. I'm sorry I didn't bring it. It says it's okay to walk away. That's my slogan.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to walk away. I have it like that.
It's okay to walk away. Then it says stop the violence. And
Okay.
I got to get some more made.
I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna dress it up real nice. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's great. So we touched on everything that you.
Not everything.
Not
I just don't
everything.
want to bore my audience or whoever clicks on this podcast because I got a lot of feedback. They said on my first one, I seemed like I wasn't interested. I seemed sad, and I am sad. But I mean, that was my first time doing one, and I feel a lot better now.
That's great.
So, but there's still some things that I'm uneasy with, and one of the things that I've learned is first thing in the morning, stop getting on Facebook and stuff like that. It's negativity. So I wait, focus on the positive, and then maybe by the end of the day, I might get on there and see what's going on. But it's just like it's getting worse and worse by the day. So
Yeah. We all got to band together. I mean, it's not gonna happen overnight, but I have faith that Memphis can do it.
I have faith too. It's in my heart. I swear I would not be wasting my time because I already have gotten feedback to leave it alone. They're not going to change. They don't. I mean, they don't care, and all that might be true as far as not caring. But I believe they could change, and if not, they could get their blanket, roll, and pillow, and just go to jail. I guess because some people like to be there.
Yeah. 3 hots in the cot.
Yeah, 3 hots in the cot.
Yeah. So I guess that's all we're gonna touch on this episode. But,
Yes.
plenty more in the future.
Yes, I have a lot of stuff going on. I just didn't want to, like I said, talk about it right now. But I just want people to vote for me, independent.
All right, that's it. All right, this is the Best Life Podcast. I'm your host, C-Mo, and this is my special guest.
Hastina Robinson, the soon-to-be senator.
There you go. Hastina Robinson, y'all. District 33. Senate, Tennessee Senate. Yeah, okay, y'all. Best Life Podcast, y'all. We out.
I see you. God bless.
God bless.
901, that's Memphis, yup, we gon' lift the city up. Mark on your agenda, Turbo Hastina for Senate, yeah. She nothing but the truth, you can't believe her, so gon' vote Hastina. She tryna make the whole state look cleaner, we gon' vote Hastina. Hastina. They say her name on the ballot, I say yeah, that's right. She out here cause she tryna make big change overnight. Yes, sir. They say her name on the ballot, I say yeah, that's right. She out here cause she tryna make big change overnight. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah,
Hastina.
yeah.
Go out and vote, Hastina.